My presentation is on the L-spine. The views taken are AP, lateral, and spot, and they are the same for my site. Here, you can see the average technique used for each view. For the AP projection, position the patient supine with the arms at the side and head on the pillow. This may also be done upright. The part position is to align the mid-sagittal plane to the CR and midline of the table, flex knees and hips to reduce the lordotic curvature, and ensure no rotation of the thorax or pelvis exists. The CR is perpendicular to the IR and is directed to the level of the iliac crest. Suspend breathing on expiration and collimate on 4 sides to the anatomy of interest. For the evaluation criteria, the anatomy demonstrated should be the lumbar vertebral bodies, intervertebral joints, spinous and transverse processes, SI joints, and sacrum. The patient should not be rotated. This is indicated by the SI joints equidistant from the spinous processes and spinous processes in the midline of the vertebral column. Here you can see some anatomy. There's L1, intervertebral disc spaces, spinous processes, L5, and the SI joints. There is also some pathology on the L2 vertebrae. That is a pellet from a BB gun. For the lateral position, the patient is in the lateral recumbent position with head on the pillow and the knees flexed. Align the mid-coronal plane to the CR and midline of the table. Place a radiolucent support under the waist as needed to place the long axis of the spine near parallel to the table. Ensure that no rotation of the thorax or pelvis exists. The CR is perpendicular to the IR and is centered at the level of the crest. Some evaluation criteria is the intervertebral foramina, L1 through L4, vertebral bodies, intervertebral joints, spinous processes, and L5-S1 junction. Spinal column aligned parallel to the IR as indicated by open intervertebral foramina and open intervertebral joint spaces. No rotation is indicated by superimposed greater sciatic notches. Some anatomy demonstrated is L1, L5, the L5-S1 joint, the intervertebral foramina, and the pedicles. For the L5-S1 spot, the patient is in the lateral recumbent position with the head on the pillow and the knees flexed. The part position is to align the mid-coronal plane to the CR and midline of the table. You can place a radiolucent support under the waist as needed to place the long axis of the spine near parallel to the table. Ensure that no rotation of the thorax or pelvis exists. The CR is perpendicular to the IR with sufficient waist support and angle 5 to 8 degrees caudal. Suspend respiration and collimate to the area of interest. Evaluation criteria is the L5 vertebrae body, first and second sacral segments, and L5-S1 joint space. There should be no rotation of the patient, evidenced by the superimposition of the greater sciatic notches and posterior borders of the vertebral bodies. Correct alignment of the vertebral column and CR indicated by open L5-S1 joint space. Some anatomy demonstrated is L2, the body of L5, the L5-S1 joint space, the promontory of the sacrum, and the sacrum. No contrast was used for any of the x-rays taken. Some of the things I would have done different would have been to collimate to the area of interest for all the views more, and on the L5-S1 place my marker where it would be seen so a post-processing marker would not have to be used. And you can shield the patient for all of the views. It did not appear that the patient was shielded in any of these pictures.